Hi, welcome to VYAPT Growth Series Season 2, Episode 11. And today, in our growth series, we have with us Mr. Vinod Bapna, the CEO of Caparo Maruti Limited. Hi, Vinod. Nice to have you in our series.
Hi, hi. Good evening, Pankaj.
Hi, good evening. So I'll start with my curiosity, and the first curiosity, as we generally begin with the growth aspects and the prospects of the industry. So all of us know that we are the part of the automotive OEMs your industry is into. So what are the growth prospects of this industry, and how it is working towards making a sustainable future?
Okay, Pankaj. First of all, I would like to thank you to give me the opportunity to come to your this platform and to share my views about the automotive industries and the growth and whatever about the what is going on in the automotive industries. So, as far as your question regarding the growth prospect, so now, Pankaj, we have to understand one thing about the automotive industry.
Mm-hmm.
Automotive industry in India now in a very matured shape.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are, parallel to the Western countries. Maybe you can say the US, China, or whatever you can say the Germany and France.
Mm-hmm.
And the growth prospect of Indian automotive industry is, in my opinion, is a very big. Why I am saying so? The reason being, first of all, we have to see the population, and second, we have to consider the young population in India.
Mm-hmm.
And further, if you see the way the government is focusing on the infrastructure, which is going to help to automotive industries for their growth prospect point of view. And now I come to the some factual data. Basically, uh, I am from Caparo Maruti, and we are manufacturing the sheet metal parts and body parts for the Maruti. And
Mm-hmm.
the Maruti is the leader in the passenger vehicle segment in India.
True.
So from that point of view, if I say the per thousand in India, the car is around 20%. That
Mm-hmm.
means 20% is having the car in 1,000 people. Whereas if you see in China, the ratio is 200. And if you see the Western countries, that is more than 500. So now
Mm-hmm.
you can just see the potential of the growth. So from that point of view, especially the passenger vehicle, I can say there is a big opportunity from the growth prospect point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And if you recently see in the media, the Maruti announced the third their manufacturing facility. Rather, I can say the fourth manufacturing facility in Kharkhoda, Sonipit in Haryana, where the production is going to start by 2025, and the production volume by 2030 will be around 1 million car. So that will be the single largest one location unit where they are going to produce 1 million car.
Mm-hmm.
So being the market leader, and I can say the industry is thinking a big growth in PV segment. And when we talk about the automotive, then two-wheeler, three-wheeler, the commercial vehicle, as well as the off-road vehicles. Everywhere we can see a big growth. Yes, last 2 years there is a problem of the COVID and definitely a chip shortage. But now I think the things are improving, and the way the government is making the expenditure on the infras, from that point of view, there is a big potential as far as the growth part is concerned. And apart from this, the GDP growth. Now we are number one as far as the GDP growth in the current financial year in the world, and I think it will be continue for next 10 years. I can say so. I can say next 10 or 15 years is for India. So from that point of view, also everywhere there will be the growth, and automotive is the backbone of any economy and the GDP. So when the automotive is running, then GDP is running. So that is my perception. So from that point of view, everywhere the growth prospect is, I can say, is very good from the automotive industry.
Mm-hmm.
Now the second part of your question is regarding the sustainable future.
Mm-hmm.
Here I would also like to mention that the government has announced a scrappage policy. So that means up to a certain years of age of the vehicle will be scrapped. So now in Indian road, It may be a 4 million, 5 million vehicles overage. So now you can understand automatically the 5 million, 4 million requirement of the vehicle on the road is immediately
Mhm.
required. So from all
True.
that point of view, a huge growth prospect. And as far as a sustainable future, I can say it will be sustained because it is a market driven and the demand driven. From that point of view, the government is working, the industry is working, and it will be sustained for the long term because a big gap is there if we just compare with other countries.
True. So, you said that we will definitely have the sustainable future, and you're seeing a lot of growth prospects coming in, and you came up with the statistics, which is 20 cars per thousand people, which we have here in India, vis-a-vis in China. You talked about 200, vis-a-vis in European countries. You talked about 500 in number, and that's a strong chance in terms of kind of growth which you're looking
Yes,
at, primarily from automotive segment. But having said that, do you also see that
right.
this country this segment, in fact, automotive segment is also doing some kind of a innovation, as far as the industry is concerned? And how is this industry gearing up to create direct and indirect employment opportunities? We have seen that primarily in the with a focus for employment opportunities across the globe. We have seen that the countries have been really shaky in terms, I'm talking about the global countries, at the global level has been really shaky in terms of giving any numbers in terms of employment and how the growth is taking place across the world. So can you have some perspectives around this innovation and job creation from automotive segment?
Yeah. So, Pankaj, regarding your question part regarding the innovation, Pankaj, what is happening? The automotive industry is the only industry where you will find the every year there is a new innovations. From the start of the manufacturing of the automotive, you can see the vehicles, maybe the passenger vehicles, the commercial vehicles, year by year,
Hmm.
the industry has improved by the innovation, as well as the government is also, is very active, I can say, from various angles, from the government rules and regulations, from the safety norms, from the emission norms. You can see from the BS4 to BS6, and you can see how the government is focusing on the electric vehicle. Now you can see the how the government is, wants to use the alternate fuel, maybe the electric vehicle, maybe the CNG, maybe the some other fuels other than petrol and diesel. So that is how the government is also focusing for the innovation point of view to control the pollutions and everything. And as far as industry is also thinking how to make the car or the vehicles more environmental friendly and more customer friendly. So from that point of view, if you see in last some years, when the IT companies, software companies are grown, and accordingly, the automotive industry has also taken the help of the software companies to make the more innovations in the car, in the vehicles. For example, now the automotive industries are very much using the IoT,
Hmm.
artificial intelligence,
Hmm.
digitization, more and more telematics, big data and the data analytics, blockchain, smart factory where less human intervention, everything to be done by the robot, and definitely the this EV, the focus. So now I can say the innovation is now become the part of the automotive industry, and definitely if you going to buy a new car as on today, then you can see the level of involvement in the car. Earlier, if you remember, the air conditioning in the car is a luxury. You
True.
had the options whether you should go for the air conditioning or without the AC car. But can you imagine now without AC, no one is going to buy the car. That's the example I am giving. Like
Hmm.
this, a lot of informant. Whatever you would like to do, whatever you would like to find in your car, there is possibility to get in the car. Maybe the Google map, maybe the any music system, maybe the adjustment of the seat as per your requirement, the daylight, as well as the as per the weather conditions, the car is moving in that direction. So Only thing is that whatever the software technology is there, whatever the new technology is available in the market, the automotive industry is adapting, and they are trying to use that innovations and technology in their vehicles so that the customer can be satisfied. And particularly the new generation, they need the car, not only the car, they need the vehicle which can be used as an office, which can be used as a home. So everything they need in the car. So the luxury, the comfort, the infotainment, the latest technology, the use of 5G, whatever you can say, the engineers are working on this, R&D teams are working on this, and definitely day by day, the vehicles are full of innovations, and it will be continue. And very soon you will find a car which will be the wise car. The car will tell you where to take the turn, where you have to be very careful. Everything the car will tell you, the system will tell you as per the past experience of your driving and your choice. So that is how the innovations take place. And your
Wonderful.
second question about
Mhm,
this part regarding the generation of employment.
mhm,
Now, the automotive industry is one of the major job creation in the country through the direct OEM, through the tier 1, through the tier 2, from the MSME, organized sector versus unorganized sector. So from that point of view, the huge generation of the employment is taking place. And now which I have discussed regarding the innovation. So now the
mhm,
software companies, the startups are
mhm,
being the part of the automotive industries. A lot of example is there, a lot of, you can say, the cases are there where the startups is funded by the OEMs because they would like to work with the startups for the new innovations, for the new softwares, for the new technology,
mhm.
what as per their requirement, so that they should align both the startup as the OEM, so that they can easily implement whatever they would like to want in their vehicle. So from that point of view, the huge potential of the employment is there through the innovation, technology, startups, as well as the number is growing. Then definitely the generation of the employment is in a big way, and it will be continue. So I can say the big potential is there, and it will be continue the job creation in the automotive sector.
Wonderful. So that's so optimistic view from you, and you look pretty confident about the kind of innovation happening, pretty startups coming up into the automotive segment and helping it to grow better. And you talked about the kind of opportunities you have for employment for newer generation as well. So having said that, and you're so bullish on the kind of future the automotive industry has in the next 5 to 10 years, and you're talking about new innovative things coming up in this particular industry. So
Right.
from these two questions, now we'll move on to our rapid fire round. Hope you are all set for this rapid fire round. We'll have 10 questions here, and
Okay.
uh, each question you have to answer in one word, a maximum of a sentence.
Okay.
All set?
Okay. All set. Please, you please continue.
So, so we start with our first question.
Hmm.
What do you like, getting up early or working late?
Uh, Personally, I would like to working in late because from my college or from my school's days, I studied late in the evening and the
Mhm.
night, and I always, very frankly, I always get up late. So I prefer to work late in the night.
What's your favorite superhero?
Superhero, Amitabh Bachchan, because I am I think mostly of his films I have seen, and
Mhm.
that is my superhero, I can say, which I like most as far
Not
as the
like
Bollywood industry.
so Amitabh Bachchan, you said, not like Spider-Mans and all.
Nothing. I am really fond of Hindi movies, and from that
Okay.
point of view, especially from my college days or from my young days, I can say that was the superstar was Amitabh Bachchan. So definitely, I would like to go with him
So
only.
for you, your superhero is Amitabh Bachchan. Taken. So French
Yeah.
fries or nachos?
French fries.
Okay. Who do you look up to the most?
Uh, Means, can you something give more
I
explanation?
mean, any advice if you have to take from somebody, whom do you look up to?
Uh, Actually, what happened? I used to take advice from my wife,
Okay.
even the professional as well as the personal, because sometimes I feel
Hmm.
she is matured enough and she is so cool and give me a correct advice. Because sometimes in hasty I'm taking the decision, but she advised me to take a right decision at that time, or maybe the some after some time.
Wonderful. So, taking your point, what's your favorite movie genre? Your favorite,
Movie genre, uh,
your favorite
exactly.
movie?
Favorite movie.
Yeah.
Uh, when I told Amitabh Bachchan is my favorite hero, then definitely all the movies of the Amitabh Bachchan I like very much. But I can say Amitabh Bachchan movies like Janjeer, you can say from Namak Halal, from Mukaddar Ka Sikandar, whatever you can say. All the movies of Amitabh Bachchan I like most.
What's your last Google search?
My last Google search, uh, 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 right now, just 15 minutes back, I searched what is the status as far as the Maharashtra political situation is there. What
Okay.
is how Mr. Sindhe versus Uddhav is going on?
What's hidden talent do you have?
Hidden talent. Uh, Only I can say I'm not say the talent, but I can say I am very cool, and I would like to. I always like friends, and I would like to maintain the relationship forever. That is my you can say talent, or you can say the quality. What you can say, that is I personally feel.
How do you spend your weekend?
Uh, Generally, weekends definitely with family, no doubt. But yes, there is any urgency of the office, then definitely I also take care of this. After all these urgencies, thereafter my total time to the family. Maybe with them have a together lunch or breakfast, or may go out of for some movie, something like that, or even nothing like that. Then definitely we would like to have a cool rest, as good sleep on the weekends.
Zoom call or telephonic call? What do you prefer?
Telephonic. I always prefer landline calls because the clarity, the attachment, and I can say the feeling is the best in the landline calls. In mobile, in Zoom, whatever, there is a lot of interruptions. So I don't feel that the touch in talking to a person. So I always like, if call is through the landline, it will be always better.
Wonderful. So, your last question to you is your favorite day of the week.
Monday. Because after 2 days of the rest, after 2 days of the weekend, I'm totally charged and would like to go to office and take the challenges and have a full plan of the week, wants to work hard, motivate the team, so that the Monday is my best day.
So, some straight answers from you, Vinod. So, 10 on 10 for you for giving these straight answers in this rapid fire questions. Congratulations. And we'll move on to our last curiosity, and which is about you as a leader. Uh, you have spent most of your time into the automotive industry, and I'm sure you must have learned a lot. Must have a lot of success, at the same time a lot of failures from which you have learned in order to proceed and excel in life. So what memorable lessons did you learn from your mentors, and how it impacted your leadership?
Perfect. So, Pankaj, first of all, I would like to tell you that basically I am the finance person. By qualification, I am a chartered accountant, company secretary, accountant, and MBA in finance. But
Mhm.
right now, I am working as a CEO. So that means I'm taking care of the whole and gambit of the company organization. I am responsible for the bottom line, top line, operations, HR, IR, marketing, supply chain, everything.
mm,
But my most of the time into the finance sector. So as far as as you ask me about the learning, so I worked under different person, and in my total 30 year of experience, I worked with two three group CFOs.
mm,
So I learned a lot from everyone.
mm,
I just remember when I start my career, I'm just 22, 21 and a half year old. I'm a very fresh chartered accountant.
mm,
I still remember when I joined my first company, my boss told me, you are a chartered accountant, but you are not able to file a paper in a proper way. So how you can work under me? So that is the first learning on the first day, that being a chartered accountant, you are okay. You know your subject matter, but you have to learn each and everything. So as you asked me the mentorship or the learning part, so very first day I learned how to file a paper in a file in a proper way. That is my first learning. When I move forward in my career, then my group CFOs give me a lot of learning, I can say. And especially if I can just tell you, the thing is that the maturity level. In the crisis time, how you keep yourself calm, take a right decision, keep the team motivated, and be mature. Because every day there is a crisis, but you have to behave like a matured person. That I learned from my mentors. So that is my group CFOs under whom I worked. They learned me a lot, where there is a lot of issues, a lot of pressures, a lot of demanding, lot of from promoter side, from banker side, from everywhere. So how to you should be calm and take the mature decision. And at last, right now I can say my mentor is my chairman, Mr. Akash Paul. He given me the chance to work as a CEO. Is a very big challenge for me being a finance person, how to handle the production, the manufacturing, the quality, the engineering. But my mentor, my chairman, Mr. Akash Paul, supported me a lot. And accordingly, after the last 3 years, I am able to cop up all these issues. And now I'm very successfully, I can say, and very comfortably, I can say, I'm running a company, a manufacturing company, where the my major customer is Maruti. So now you can understand, to deal with the Maruti and their parameters, their quality issues, their supply timing, everything is they are so, I can say, it is so hard. And we have to comply with all their requirements, which everything, because they have a GIT, just in time they require the material. Their line should not be stopped anyhow. So from that point of view, I got the support from my mentor, Mr. Akash Paul, and that's why I'm able to run my company as a manufacturing company in a right way, I can say.
That's so wonderful, Vinod. When you talked about that you've learned a lot from your mentors, and journey which started with a young CA at 12, 21 and a half years of age to now the group CEO of company wherein you're taking care of maybe dozens of factories all across India. So that itself goes very loud in terms of understanding the capability, the wisdom, the knowledge, and the results which you have demonstrated over the years. Thank you so much, Vinod, for sharing your wisdom as well as the knowledge in VYAPT Growth Series. I'm sure this is going to go a long way in terms of sharing the tricks, techniques, and the kind of innovation, the growth potential, and the kind of job creation which is happening from this particular sector. Thank you so much for being a part of VYAPT Growth Series.
Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.